In game number 1, the Ateneo Blue Eaglets were denied a chance to make history as the National University Bullpups ended their unbeaten streak here in Season 77 of the UAAP Juniors Basketball Tournament. We are back here live inside the arena in San Juan City as we present you game number 2 in this final series between the defending champions NU and Ateneo. Mabuhay Pilipinas at maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok ngayon sa ABS-CBN Sports and Action. Ako po ang inyong lingkod, Anton Rojas, joined of course by Coach AG Alan Gregorio. Now Coach Alan, because of what happened in game number 1, NU winning against Ateneo for the first time this season and Ateneo losing for the first time, what does this do? What does that win by NU do for our series moving forward?
Well, you know, Ton, all of a sudden it's a momentum shift on the part of National University. You know for a fact that game number 1, if Ateneo won that isang panalo na lang, then they would already have won this final. But now, everything is on the other side. Momentum shift. Ayan, yan ang nagiging problema ngayon ng koponan ng Ateneo.
Now, of course, Ateneo entered the final series with a 14-0 record, earning a thrice-to-beat advantage in the finals. Pero gaya na sinabi mo, Coach Alan, it is now a virtual best-of-3 or a race to 2 wins para makamit ang championship.
At alam natin, it was a big struggle on the part of National University going into the finals because the last 7 games, actually, 4 ang natalo nila.
Yes.
But after the elimination, they have won 3 straight ball games. And you know for a fact that a lot of adjustments are already being made by National University. And these are the guys who really have to step up. You're talking about Michael Nieto.
The MVP, Big Mike Nieto, receiving his award right before this match, and we will show the highlights later on in our coverage. But let's take a look at the numbers of that exciting game number 1.
Well, look at the points. Hindi naman ganun kalayo, no? Field goals, hindi rin ganun kalayo. But what was the main reason, the compelling reason why NU really took charge in game number 1 is actually rebounding. It's a plus 18 for NU at 66 and only 44 for Ateneo de Manila University.
Now, what was more impressive, Coach Alan, for NU was that a lot of their players were first-timers playing in the finals. But guys like Mark Ferreras and Justin Baltazar played smoothly. Hindi sila narattle. They embraced the atmosphere and they provided support for their main man inside, Mark Dyke.
Well, you know, dominant inside is an understatement as you see this. 20 points, 17 rebounds, 8 coming from the offensive board, coming from Mark Dyke. Ito si Mark Ferras, 6 rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds. Lahat yon nag-convert into points. And Justin Baltazar, what else are you asking for? Yes, 3 points, but also 17 big rebounds for this young man.
NU is the number 1 defensive team in the league. Ateneo is the number 1 offensive team in the league. And they relied heavily on their 3-point shooting in game number 1. They took 37 attempts, but they only averaged 18.1 3-point attempts in the elimination round. So medyo nakakagulat yon for Ateneo.
Well, I'm sure they felt that there was so much advantage on the part of National University and they cannot just bounce it inside. That's why they took so many 3-point shots. Just for Nieto, the Nieto brothers and Mamuyak, ito 30 na to eh. Wala pa dyan yung 7 pinukol ng ibang mga manlalaro ng Ateneo in that game last time out.
Well, let's see what adjustments both these teams will make as we move forward to this crucial game number 2. It is Big Mike Nieto, the MVP, taking on Iron Mark Dyke of the NU Bullpups live on ABS-CBN Sports in Action.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live from the Biloil Flying V Arena on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Sky Cable Channel 167 in high definition and the Filipino channel worldwide. It's game number 2 of your Season 77 UAAP Juniors Basketball Tournament, the finals. Let us meet the starters. First, for the defending champions, National University Bullpups. At point guard number 15, Philip Manala. The off guard number 9, John Lloyd Clemente. At center number 16, Justin Baldassar. Power forward number 7, Mark Dyke. And at forward number 4, Jordan Santa Ana. The head coach of the Bullpups, Jeff Napa. And now starting for the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eaglets. Off guard number 10, Cholo Mendoza. At point guard number 5, Matthew Nieto. Center number 17, Sean Ildefonso. Forward number 15, Enzo Oson.
Starting lineups on your screen, so walang pagbabago from the teams of Coach Joe Silva and Coach Jeff Napa. Pero syempre, panibagong approach para sa mga players to. Mentally, what did the outcome of Game 1 do for both these teams as we take a look at our officials for the day, Romy Mangibin, Carl Marcinez, and Dexter C. How does that loss for Ateneo affect them mentally? At para naman sa NU, what did that win do for them?
Well, just like what I told you, Ton, no? Sinabi nga natin yung momentum shift all of a sudden. Now it's on the side of National University. But in my chance interview with team manager Marco Benitez, you know what he told me? Ang sinabi lang naman niya, kailangan gawin nila kung bakit sila nag-14 and on. And what are those things that they were able to do before going to the finals? And they've got to play really good defense. They've got to have a good start in this ball game. You know that NU had a better start, 11-3 to start that ball game.
Yes. It's very important now for both squads to try to get off to a hot start. Because as we mentioned, this is now a virtual best of 3 or a race to 2. And speaking of a hot start, Jordan Santa Ana putting in the first basket here in this game. As I mentioned, a lot of players from this NU team have never played in the finals. Jordan Santa Ana, one of them. Big Mike Nieto puts up the first shot. Missing. It was too strong. Mark Dyke challenging him for that shot.
And that's going to be the first rebound on the part of Mark Dyke.
17 rebounds in game number 1. John Lloyd Clemente knocking down a triple.
Just like what I said, having a good start is very important, especially in a game like this. It's going to be an open shot on the part of Mendoza.
Now this is a kid who has to get going early. Before he exploded in the fourth quarter, he only had 2 points.
Well, you know that he had 14 points for that ball game. But Philip Manalang, the point guard who should be distributing that ball, also had 14 points. So may kita mo, no, dun sa ball game na yun, yung mga importanteng tao na dapat nakaka-score ng mas malaki namamatch-upan lang ng point guard ng NU.
Philip Manalang also played with 4 personal fouls in that fourth quarter. He was very steady. Imagine, he had to come into this season filling in the role vacated by Hubert Cani as we see Manalang slice in for that layup.
We've been talking about this young man. He's been quarterbacking very well for National University.
It looks like the Blue Eaglets are trying to get Mendoza involved right away. And they've got to. Jolo Mendoza is their third leading scorer as we see this drive by Philip Manalang.
Well, first that pass fake, no? That he had. Then that nice looking side step. 5-point lead early on for NU.
Hoson spins, turns, fires, nothing there. Baltazar with a rebound. And what about the game of Baltazar? In his first finals experience, 17 rebounds for the 6'6" center. He gets the ball right here. Nieto covering him. Clemente from the corner. Wala. Mendoza with the rebound.
You know, one of the basic things that we're going to be asking Ateneo here, are they gonna run with National University That's an open shot. That's one thing that Matthew has really improved on all these years. Taking that three-point shot and another penetration right here. Philip Manalang. He'll go to the line.
Let's take a look at this excellent setup job by Enzo Hoson to Matthew Nieto, who drains that corner triple. Janer Hassan has checked in very early into this game for Sean Ildefonso. Philip Manalang. Imagine last year he was the third string point guard.
Exactly.
For Hubert Cani and Castillo. Now he's the team captain and the starting point guard. Nerves of steel shown by this young man, especially in game number 1.
14 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists.
Very steady for a guy who played sparingly last season. Jordan Santa Ana is tasked to defend Matthew Nieto on the other end. Mendoza fires for 3, and Jolo Mendoza is clicking early today.
Well, they know they've got to get him involved in offense early on. So 5 points to start this ball game.
Santa Ana drives inside. Nothing there on that layup. Big Mike Nieto with the rebound. Here comes Hoson. Hoson spins. Short.
Showing us a lot of moves. Hoson, look at that speed of Philip Manalang, but a little too fast for his own comfort that time.
Manalang falls down. Nieto gets it to Hoson, who gives it up to Jolo Mendoza. Mendoza very aggressive to start this game, missing. Hoson with the offensive rebound.
Finally, after 2 missed shots, Hoson scores his first 2 points here in this game, and now Ateneo is on top. Very important. 11-3 last time, and now with 6-31, they get that lead.
Ateneo responding after NU took an 8-3 advantage early on. Mark Dyke, I don't think he has taken a shot here so far. This is that shot a while ago by Jolo Mendoza. At eto naman yung offensive rebound ni Enzo Hoson, something that they have to improve on. Again, they were out-rebounded 66-48 in game number 1, talking about the Blue Eaglets. Manalang goes back door, hands it off to Baltazar. Baltazar spins, turns, and connects.
Good footwork on the part of Baltazar. He did not force the issue, had to put that ball down, very dangerous, but still was able to get the 2 points.
Baltazar is only in his 3rd year in high school, although this is his 1st year in the UAAP, playing in his first finals experience. Big Mike Nieto drains a triple.
He took 63-point shots, and we've got a timeout right here early on for Coach Jeff Napa and the National University.
13-10 for the Blue Eaglets. Let's take a look at this last sequence right here. Manalang handing it off to Baltazar in the paint, and Baltazar spinning and winning. But on the other end, Big Mike Nieto, who knocked down 6 triples in game number 1, knocks down his first here in game number 2. Mamuya has come on for Ateneo. He is tasked to defend Manalang. Santa Ana, they're daring him to shoot. Mark Dyke, they're finally giving him an offensive opportunity. Mark Dyke, double team, forced the shot, does not get it. Ramos has checked in for Matthew Nieto. Big Mike wants the ball. He wants to back down Dyke, but changed his mind. 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. Mamuyak too strong. Hassan got the offensive board. You know, NU getting outworked on the boards. Ateneo grabbing a lot of offensive rebounds so far.
Well, that's a consciousness level on the part of Ateneo not to be really outworked. especially on rebounding for this ball game. They know that they lost that ball game because of second chance points, because they were out-rebounded, points inside the paint. And I'm sure the coaches have figured out that if they want to win this ball game, they've got to really be able to outwork NU.
Baltazar, double team. Santa Ana to Clemente. Clemente with a baseline jumper, it's good.
It's a good dribble pull-up on the part of Clemente.
Clemente, 17 points in game number 1. He's got 5 today. Mamuyak gives it up to Matthew Nieto. Matthew drives, that's a foul on Jordan Santa Ana.
Number 4, Jordan.
Making sure that they just don't go for those three-point shots. They're taking it strong, getting the fouls off the white shirts. That's going to be the second foul for NU. 4:35, first quarter.
Alfred Calmas come on for National University. And he gets a steal right here. Calma gives it up to Manala. Manala pulls up for 3. Too strong. Power rebound right there by Andrade. Nieto with a crossover. Mamuyak fakes, drives, turns, kicks it back out to Matthew. Matthew wants a screen. Ildefonso gives it up. Nieto to Ildefonso. Ildefonso with a drive and shot. Ildefonso with a finish.
That's a good, strong move. Very Danny Ay, no? Yung move na yun, ha? It's one shot fake with a dribble.
Sean Ildefonso, 6'3". His father, Danny Ay, 6'6". Too strong on that shot by Calma.
Actually, the question right here is NU falling in love with the three-point shot?
Well, they shouldn't be, because their best bet is their inside game. They're the #1 team in terms of points in the paint.
You know, Ton, 6.5 minutes. Two ball touches lang ang nakuha ni Mark Dyke. So it's being given a rest by Coach Jeff Napa.
2 seconds to shoot. And Mina is able to knock that one in.
One of the deadliest shooters here in the UAAP Season 77 Juniors competition.
Matthew Nieto, a face-up jumper, nothing there. De Guzman has checked into the game for Manala. Ooh, errant pass, stolen away by Hoson. Here comes Hoson, blocked. Offensive rebound by Matthew Nieto. And look at the Blue Eaglets crowd the paint for those offensive boards. Mamuyak for 3. Short. Ferreras finally able to secure that basketball. Calma. Mina. De Guzman has to retreat. Ferreras with a jumper. This is not NU's game, Coach. They're taking a lot of outside shots. We'll take a break, back with more action here in game number 2 of the UAAP Juniors Basketball Finals. Well, we talked about the three-point shooting of Ateneo in game number 1 and how they took 37 attempts when they only averaged 18.1 per contest in the elimination round.
Well, you know, NU took 13 three-point shots in game number 1. And so far, we're here in the first quarter. With still 2 minutes and 20. They've already taken 1 out of 4 three-point shots. Not much touches inside the paint. Ito, adjustment ito.
Mark Dyke is not on the floor, though. Dyke has not scored here in this match. And again, Ateneo doing a good job of forcing NU to take those long jumpers. You know, it's interesting, Coach Alan, looking at the stats, NU is dead last in the UAAP in terms of perimeter points.
Wow.
Dead last. But sometimes it goes down, just like that last shot.
Big guy defending against Jolo Mendoza. Look at that. What a move by this young man. How was he able to do it? That's your move there, right there, Anton.
I wish.
Huh?
Mendoza.
But you did it when you were already 30.
Hey, I ain't even 30 yet. 7 points for Jolo Mendoza, who brought his A game right away here today. No slow start for him here in game number 2.
Ball number 11, Ellen Mina.
And this is what I was talking about. Ferreras with the long 2. Again, NU last in terms of perimeter points in the UAAP, only averaging 14.1 perimeter points per game. At ito yung scoop shot ni Jolo Mendoza. Such a smooth move for this junior.
I'm sure that would make his dad very, very happy. Coach Jig Mendoza watching here.
He's been the focal point on offense here in the first quarter. His team on top by 1. And Danny I.
We talked about him. Here he is, ever supportive.
The number 1 pick in the pros back in 1998, former NU Bulldog.
Coach Chef Napa for continuous complaining.
Coach Jeff Napa getting a warning from our officials for continuous complaining. Coach Jeff Napa, his 5th year as the head coach of the Bullpups. And Big Mike Nieto runs over the competition for that layup. Mina. De Guzman drains another jumper.
Well, he's got a soft, nice touch right there to Guzman. That's going to be the first 2 points.
And these are plus points for NU. Getting those shots from the perimeter. No good on that shot by Eustaquio. Time is winding down. NU's got to shoot. No go on that shot by Calma. But what an intense first quarter of action. Jordan Santa Ana got the first basket for NU. The Bullpups actually led 8-3 before Ateneo responded with a 7-0 run. Justin Baltazar, just his 2nd finals game in his young UAAP career. Big Mike Nieto draining a triple a while ago. He's got 5 points. John Clemente leading the way for National University with 5 points of his own. Sean Ildefonso also doing some damage as well. This is game 2 of the UAAP Juniors Basketball Finals. 2nd quarter coming right up. Nagbabalik po ang UAAP Season 77 Juniors Basketball Finals. And this is interesting. Coach Juno Soler, Coach Alan Caidic, Coach Paulo Soler checking out this game. And we'd like to thank everybody else checking out this matchup on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Don Ross alongside Coach Alan Gregorio. Sean Ildefonso, very active on the glass, getting the offensive rebound and drawing a foul.
Well, if there's one guy who can match up against the big man of National University, halos pareho lang sila ng height nitong si Mark Dykes. He's just a lot of effort coming from Sean Ildefonso. He'll be taking 2 free throws. The last time out, he only had 2 points. Correct me if I'm wrong, Anton. But he misses on his first free throw. That's Sean Ildefonso.
Actually, Sean Ildefonso, Coach Allen, did not score in game number 1.
Oh, I see. So kita mo. Nilagyan ko pa eh.
0 for 5 in game number 1. Now, in the first quarter of game number 1, NU tallied 11 offensive rebounds. In the first quarter here in game number 2, just 4. Ateneo had 5 offensive rebounds. So mas aktibo na ang mga bigs ng Ateneo dito sa game number 2. Mark Dyke finally getting his first basket here in game 2.
And that's 6 out of 13. Make that 6 out of 14 for NU from the perimeter.
And here comes NU. They are running. Ball was tapped from behind. Hoson against 3 white shirts. Decides to slow things down and wait for teammates. Here's Big Mike. Lost the handle. Calma. Drop pass. Foul from behind.
That's one thing now that National University is doing. They've been bouncing it inside since the start of the second quarter. They're top by 1 point. Ganda nitong ginawa na ito ni Mark Dyke. Hindi niya pinilit, no? Hindi niya pinilit. Binasa niya kung nasaan yung depensa. Tapos binali ng bahagya.
Something that he really had to do a lot this season. Kasi wala na siyang Hubert Cani na dumadrop pass sa kanya. Other players that could create for him like an Enzo Batad or a JP Kawilan. Mark Dyke really had to expand his role for NU this season.
Si Perez, nakipaglaro siya sa mga fans ng Ateneo. No? Ayos lang. It's part of the fun, actually.
Napakatapang nitong si Ferreras. Imagine, this is his only, this will be his first and only finals appearance as he is already a 4th-year student. Meanwhile, Mark Salandanan missing on the 3-point shot. Rebound, NU. Santa Ana back on the floor for the Bullpups. Santa Ana with a drive. Wala. Matthew Nieto with a rebound. Matthew Nieto, bounce pass to Sean Ildefonso, too strong. Big Mike Nieto with a rebound and a putback.
Well, always there, making life very hard for NU, getting those rebounds. That's the MVP for you, Big Mike Nieto.
22-21 in favor of NU. Clemente with a jumper, in and out. Mark Dyke, too strong on that turnaround, but he will head to the line for 2.
Pag di mo talaga na-box out, itong si Mark Dyke, mas taas ang percentage that he'll be able to get that one. That dose of his own medicine. On the other side, Mike Nieto.
Well, the reason why Big Mike was able to get that rebound was it was Mark Dyke who bothered the shot of Sean Ildefonso.
Now this is a challenge on the part of Coach Joe. Wala si Big Mike. It's gonna be Hassan. And how many minutes will he have to sit out Mike Nieto para hindi kumawala, no? Itong koponan ni Mark Dyke who had 20 points and 17 rebounds for that game number 1.
Well, Jolo Mendoza is also on the bench right now. So the best scorer on the floor is the point guard, Matthew Nieto. They try to go inside to Andrade. Pass was intercepted. Malalang with a hesitation. Mark Dyke coming from nowhere to grab that offensive board and score on a putback.
You know, that's just court decision on the part of Philip Manalang. Alam niya na kaysa pinasa niya, baka mag-turnover pa itong si Dyke. Kaya tinapon na lang niya sa ere, knowing that Mark Dyke is there for the offensive rebound and the putback.
Manalang slowing things down now. NU with a 4-point lead. Dyke double team, kicks it out. Clemente swings it to Santa Ana. Santa Ana fades away. Could not get the bounce. Ateneo continuing to force NU to shoot from the perimeter. Andrade turns. Too strong. Dyke with another rebound.
You know, Don, the defensive adjustment that NU is doing, they're now switching against the shooters and the ball handlers of Ateneo.
Well, Ateneo is the number 1 team in terms of perimeter points. They've got to make sure there's a hand up on every shooter. That time there was none, as Matthew Nieto raced ahead of the pack.
Well, something that Ateneo can really bounce on is their running game. But is this the high-scoring ball game that you would want to face National University with?
Clemente with a drive. Mamuyak with a rebound. Mamuyak zigzagging his way to the basket. Foul is on Philip Manala. Coach Joe Silva calls for time. They have to find a way to solve the beast inside. Mark Dyke, Matthew Nieto scoring on a drive. Back with more live action from the arena in San Juan City when we return. The NU Bullpups, the #1 team in the league in terms of rebounding. They average 55 rebounds per game, and this is what happened in game #1.
Well, I was saying plus 18 in rebounding, but plus 19 in second chance points. So that's something that Ateneo is not really allowing here, at least here in the first half.
NU playing their game to the fullest. In game #1, they're also the best team in the league in terms of second chance points.
Actually, nung first quarter nga, mas maraming offensive rebounds ang pinakita nitong Ateneo, 5-2. And even here, actually, in the second quarter, care of Pong Ducanes, yung mga rebounding na yan. Ano? Ito, meron na naman siyang mga binabato mga kodigo sa atin. Kunin mo nga yan. Kunin mo nga yung mga turnovers. Ateneo 7, NU 2. Kunin talaga ito si Pong Ducanes.
Our UAAP stats chief. Always great to have him by our side.
Siguro kung classmate mo to nung araw, pasa ka lahat na. Kung hindi kayo mahuhuli, yun yun. Pero paghuli, si Ba.
Four blue shirts surrounding Mark Dyke, resulting in a steal. Mendoza and Big Mike are now back on the floor for Ateneo. Mendoza, they're giving him all the room to operate. Mamuyak for three!
That's going to be a welcome development. Gian Mamuyak actually will have to sink those open threes. And now, lead is back with Ateneo, 1 point, 26-25.
4 3-pointers trained already by the Blue Eaglets in this game. That's a foul by Hassan underneath.
He was caught holding on, but first his dribble drive action right here. Mamuyak, open three, he can sink that three-point shot.
Mendoza and Mamuyak, they're only in their third year of high school. Ildefonso also.
This thing again, that's going to be the fourth point from Baltazar. Justin Baltazar.
6'6". Big Mike Nieto with a step-back jumper.
And that's just so much of an improvement coming from Big Mike. No? Dati post-up lang, will get the offensive rebounds. Ngayon, three-point shot of the dribble pull-ups. What else can he not do in a game?
Preparing very early for the collegiate ranks, Big Mike Nieto. Let's see this last sequence right here. Clemente missing. Baltazar, just his length, using it to tip that basketball back in. Pero ito ang response ni Mike Nieto. Stepping back, draining the jumper over Dyke.
But you know, first was that read, eh, no? Yung kala mo, handoff niya kay Jolo Mendoza. Pero nakita niyang dumaya ng konti. Ito si Mark Dyke, tinuloy niya na.
First free throw is good for Philip Manalang. 4 points now for him.
And now this is a defensive second quarter we're watching. 14, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. You know this guy.
Cielo Alolino, the leader of that NU Bulldog squad that won the championship in the seniors division last year. Bounce pass inside. Big Mike Nieto sharing the wealth. Sean Ildefonso with a finish.
Something that they're expecting this ball game. A lot more people scoring.
Manalam's got to release this ball. And Calma tweaked something. He is on the floor right now.
That's his first.
We got to see that. What happened there? Calma seems to be hurt. Was he hit by Gian Mamuya? Pag ganito, hahanapin ng direct apit yan.
Walang takas yan.
Ha?
Walang
Tingnan natin.
takas yan.
Tingnan natin kung nahuli niya. Naku. 3:40 remaining, second quarter.
It seems to be a problem with his calf muscle, though. They sprayed something on it right now.
Well, I hope it's nothing really serious.
Alfred
The
Calma.
charities, Alan Mina.
Yeah, it's a regular foul because Ateneo is already in penalty. So Alan Mina will have to take these two free throws. He sank the first one though. Nice form coming from the free throw line. 2 out of 2, Alan Mina.
Now, NU showing us something that we did not see in game number 1. Full court pressure. Ateneo is actually known for that. The 2-2-1 full court press, but as of right now, it's NU applying the pressure. Big Mike shoots a 3. Very confident from beyond the arc. The MVP, he's got 12.
How many 3 points has he taken in this ball game? But he has sunk 2, no?
Yes. Clemente, nowhere to go. Gives it up to Baltazar, who tosses it to the wrong man. Ball will stay with Ateneo.
Great defensive effort on the part of Manala.
You were talking about the switching defense of NU. The switch game, Dyke had to follow. Na libre itong si Big Mike Nieto, who sank the 3 to give Ateneo a 33-31 lead. Now let's take a look at this last sequence right here. Mamuyak defending Calma. A foul was called, but he didn't do anything. It seemed that Calma just took a wrong turn and tweaked something.
Long 22 seconds.
Well, maybe the call was holding on to the neck of
Yes.
Calma. But with regards to injury, walang kinalaman si Mamuyak doon.
Speaking of Mamuyak, he drives inside aggressively, just missing the shot. Mamuyak pounding Manala. Ferreras back on the floor for NU. Clemente. Santa Ana. Ferreras. Ooh, Ferreras drains the jumper.
You know, he's so efficient as a player, this guy Pereira. He's now in double digits, Don.
Approaching the final 2 minutes here in the first half. Solo Mendoza lighting it up from downtown. He's got 10.
Well, talking about somebody who's also in double digits, that will be Matthew Niet. I'm sorry, that's Jolo Mendoza.
Santa Ana with a drive. Just blowing the layup. A steal here. Pagkakataon para bumawi. Jordan Santa Ana. Wait a minute. That's an offensive foul.
Awe.
Offensive foul.
Like to see that again, but definitely that was good defense on the part of Mamuyak.
Oh, clearly his forearm on the chest of Mamuyak. Clear push.
And you know, we've been talking about the three-point shots taken in this ball game. NU so far 1 out of 7. They took 13 in game number 1. Ateneo 6 out of 10. Not as much as how many they took in game 1. 37 total.
Three-time UAAP Juniors basketball champion Kiefer Ravena taking in this game. Part of that last Ateneo team that won a championship back in 2010, season 73. This was that shot by Ferreras. At ito naman yung response ni Jolo Mendoza. What a career it's been for that young man. Jolo Mendoza. Still a long, long way to go though. Gonna see a lot more from him. National team member, looking for his first juniors basketball crown for Ateneo. Look at the skills, look at the dribbling, look at the shot. Too strong, but then able to get the rebound was Ildefonso. 6 points now for Sean Ildefonso. Santa Ana swings it to the corner. Clemente, short. Ildefonso doing a good job of boxing out Mark Dyke.
Well, he's just ensuring that Mark Dyke is nowhere near that goal. This was the penetration. And then the follow-up. Sean Ildefonso now with 6 points. Below the 1-minute mark here in the first half.
38-33. Mendoza shoots and scores!
12 points?
Yes. Jolo Mendoza. Biggest lead of the game for Ateneo. Santa Ana. Manalang fakes. Manalang able to draw a foul.
Again, that's a very good penetration on the part of Philip Manalang, missing 2 free throws.
2 shots for Philip Manalang.
8 out of 10 here in the first half with 27 seconds remaining.
Well, if there's any player on this NU team that's got to steady the ship, it's got to be the point guard, Philip Manalang, as we see Henry Betayene. He was also here watching game number 1. Meanwhile, a push away from the ball. Wait a minute. It's a lane violation.
Well, good thing it was not a push. That would have meant 2 free throws.
Yeah. As Mark Dyke hit the deck. 27 seconds remaining here in the first half. Another opportunity for Manala. Misses it. Ball is loose. Dyke blows the easy 2. But NU with another opportunity here. Santa Ana. Clemente shoots. Short. Rebound Ferreras.
And Ferreras.
8 points for Ferreras. Nieto unable to convert from half court.
Time it's 40-36.
What a battle.
Blue Eagles.
Mark Dyke finally coming alive. Scored 5 points in the second quarter. John Clemente missing Baltazar with a tip-in. Big Mike Nieto, 12 points for the Blue Eaglets. But what about Jolo Mendoza? 12 points as well. What a battle it's been. This was the last field goal of the first half. Looking at the crowd, the blue crowd, the Ateneo crowd, a fearless Mark Ferreras, but his team is down by 4. This is game 2 of the UAAP Season 77 Juniors Basketball Finals. Stay tuned because we will show you the highlights of the awarding ceremony that occurred before this game. At the half, our tally is 40-36 in favor of the Ateneo Blue Eaglets as they lead the defending champions NU Bullpups. It's been another intense battle as we were able to present to all the fans inside the arena earlier the official awarding ceremony. Rod Roque was there, Coach Junel Baculi was there, Mythical 5, of course, Big Mike Nieto, part of it, NU's Mark Dyke, JD Tungkab, Matthew Nieto, and of course, Aljun Melesio from De La Salle Zobel. Now from these 5 players, Big Mike Nieto was named the MVP, and a great moment right there for the Twins as Big Mike Nieto considering the MVP trophy as something he wouldn't have earned without the help of his brother Matthew. De La Salle Zobel in attendance as they receive their 3rd place trophy. Now let's take a look at the halftime numbers of game number 2.
As we can see right here, Ateneo is on top by 4 points, 40-36. And their starters points, 37 as against only 22 on the part of NU. 3-point field goal, 6 out of 10. That's very high, 60%. Free throws, something that they have to work on. They've got to be a lot more aggressive, but they don't need it right now. They're on top. And for the Bulldogs, it's 9 out of 12. And rebounding, not much difference. Although Mark Dyke already has 10 rebounds. Pero kita mo naman to, no? Alam mo agad na yun ang sinubukang isolve ng koponan ng Ateneo, since they know for a fact that's the only compelling reason that why they lost game number 1.
So Ateneo addressing that issue, the problem that they dealt with in game number 1, being more aggressive on the boards. And they also addressed the issue of the slow start of Jolo Mendoza. I think Mendoza's scoring very instrumental to the success of the Blue Eaglets here in game number 2 today, at least in the first half. He got going early, Coach.
Well, he has 2 3-point shots coming, and of course, with 12 points, no? 2 points na lang. Yun na yung na-score niya nung game number 1. He had a total of 14. Pero, isa pa, Sean Ildefonso.
Yes.
He was not able to score. Ay, kala ko 2 points eh. No, he didn't score. Only Mamuyak was close to the big 3. He had 5 points. But at least, Ildefonso already has 6 points here in the half.
You see one of his baskets, a fearless drive by the rookie. Pumped up today with his father, Danny, in attendance. Taking a look at the leading scorers here.
Well, that's Mike Nieto with 12. Jolo Mendoza also with 12 points. And Sean Ildefonso with 6 points. On the other hand, Ferreras, unlikely high scorer. Actually,
yes,
the part of
unlikely.
NU with 8 points. Manalang with only 6. And Mark Dyke, who had 5 points, will have to do a better job scoring here in the second half. He has 5 points and 10 rebounds.
Dyke had 20 in game number 1. John Clemente had 17. Right now, Clemente just has 5. So a lot of issues for National University. They have to address them as we move on here in the second half of our second game. And look at this moment right here. The former shooting guard of the Blue Eaglets, Kiefer Ravena, talking to the current shooting guard of the Blue Eaglets, Jolo Mendoza.
Siguro sinasabi niyo, pakabait ka dyan kay Anton tsaka kay Coach Alan para lagi ka nilang na-mention.
Kiefer Ravena, of course, decorated player, 3-time UAAP Juniors basketball champion and 2-time Seniors basketball champion and current MVP as well. Now we talked about the championship experience of the Bulldogs. This is what they accomplished last year, Coach Alan.
Grabe, no? Season 76, swept the elimination round, 14-0. Game 1, they beat Ateneo 101-93 and overtime, that was. And game number 2, they won by 7 points for a complete sweep of the season to win Season 76 championship.
That was a great team with JP Cawilan, Hubert Cani, Enzo Bata, JR Lapis, and Mosqueda. some of the main guys of that team. Now, this was the last champion team of the Blue Eaglets with Kiefer Ravena, who's in attendance today.
And you know, to keep it more interesting, 71-77, natalo sila sa game number 1. But they
Against
bounced
UST.
back, that's right. But they bounced back to win both games after that and win the championship.
Yun yung gustong mangyari ng current Ateneo Blue Eaglets team. And right now, they're on top by 4 as we begin the third quarter of play. Traveling on Philip Manalang gives the ball back to the Blue Eaglets, and we would like to welcome everybody once again to our ABS-CBN sports coverage. Don Rojas alongside Coach AG, Alan Gregorio. Now coming into this second half, who has the momentum, Coach Alan? It was Ferreras who scored the last basket for NU, but Ateneo has the lead.
Well, you know, it's very close first half, what we saw. But I think Ateneo just really doing its homework and making sure that they won't be down by a big margin in the first half.
Mendoza with a drive. Staying aggressive here in this game.
Well, something that he has to be able to do actually, even with the phalanx of defenders being shown by NU. Jolo Mendoza, double digits, only had 14 points. Almost everything scored in the fourth quarter when they were down already in that ball game.
This is his 11th attempt today. Misfiring on the 3. Here comes Santa Ana attacking the defense of Mendoza. Mark Dyke with a rebound. And that's usually the result when he gets an offensive
That's
board.
going to be 11 rebounds and another putback. That's going to be 7 points for Mark Dyke.
Grabe, ano? 11 rebounds na para kay Mark Dyke.
Actually, dapat mas madami yung puntos mo, no? Most of the time.
Yes.
Pero para kay Mark Dyke, well, he's just a mean rebounding machine. It's going to be another foul on Clemente.
And this was the 7th offensive rebound of Mark Dyke here in this game. Mas madami pa yung kanyang offensive rebounds kesa sa defensive rebound.
Alam mo yan, mas mahirap bantayan eh. No, yung ganyan, yung off-the-ball player. And it's just a perfect example of somebody who works very hard even if he does not have the ball. That's Mark Dyke.
Hesitation move by Matthew. Short on his jumper though. Blue Eaglets misfiring to start this second half. Mark Dyke with a crossover. Mark Dyke with a drive. That's part of the transformation of Mark Dyke this year. Last year, we didn't see much of that.
Exactly, oh. Kita mo yun. Nice
Ito mga crossover ni Mark Dyke, we rarely saw that last year. Normally, mga drop passes lang, offensive rebound and put back. But now, he had to expand his role and he needs it, and you needs it the most here in the finals. He's got 8 points.
And that's not the brother of Mark Dyke. You know that guy. Grabe yung suporta dito, partner. Ha? Yan ang gusto ko pag natatawa-tawa kang ganyan eh.
I'm sure Mark Dyke would like to learn the moves of Alfred Aroga. Because Alfred Aroga, a big man who could take the ball coast to coast.
Still 1 point lead, but Ateneo has not scored here in the third quarter, Don.
Napako ang Ateneo dito sa 40. And Mina defending Mendoza. Hoson drops it down low. Look at the defense of the NU Bullpups. Here comes Manalang. Manalang! Ooh!
Aray.
Like a car crash.
Well, he just had to make sure na ma-lay-upan niya yun, you know? And go to the free throw line. That's Philip Manalang.
Tough kid.
Philip Manalang shooting
Going all the way.
Now he's got to stretch out. They're still down by 1 point, but they have not allowed Ateneo to score here in the third quarter.
What a start for the Bullpups here in the third. And they're doing it with defense also. Bitin ang kanyang free throw. Mark Dyke with the offensive board. Mark Dyke with a hook shot over Hassan.
Napapailing na lang itong si Hassan. Eh. Dahil nakita ko, nag-box out siya. He located, he backed out, but before he jumped, Mark Dyke was already there to get that one.
Bullpups reclaim the lead. Mendoza to Big Mike. Shoots over Dyke. Short. Hassan could not hold on to the basketball. It's a jump ball.
National Yield
Ito yung
Basketball.
sinasabi mo, Coach Alan.
Rian Mamuya for Enzo Hoson.
Well, very basic. No? You locate, you block out, you jump. But even before you jump, bakit nandiyan na naman yan?
Nagulat siya eh. Andun sa likod si Mark Dyke. And the thing about Mark Dyke is he's always so composed on the court as Big Mike denies
Shot clock 14
Philip
seconds.
Manala.
Well, he's the last line of defense, but something that you like about Philip Manalang, he's not scared to keep on attacking the defense of Ateneo. Good timing. Mike Nieto, good rebound. Again, Mike Nieto.
And that's something that Mark Dyke doesn't do much. Shoot those perimeter jumpers. And that's an offensive foul away from the ball called on
Offensive
Hassan.
foul number 14, Josiah Hassan, his third. Rick Ramos for Matthew Nieto.
That was already an open shot on the part of Gian Amuya. Let's see this. Hinahabol eh.
Dan Pereira for Justin Baltasar.
Ayun, gumagalaw.
Well, the first bump was okay, but when he started still trying to catch up, itong si Philip Mamuya, that's green foul talaga.
Manalang, the penetration. Mina, the shot. Nope. Big Mike with the rebound. Here comes Ramos. Ramos says, let's slow it down.
This guy has not scored here. Rick Ramos.
Big Mike showing us the moves. MVP unable to lay it in. That would have
Foul number 10, Dan Pereira, his second.
caused
After
the Ateneo fans to erupt here.
After 3.5 minutes, an opportunity for Ateneo to score here in the third quarter.
Oo, hindi pa nakakashoot ang Ateneo dito sa ating second half. At wala pa rin. Malamig ang Blue Eagles dito sa simula ng ating third quarter. Finally.
Yep. Sabay pa. Yeah. Sabi ko sa'yo eh, oh. Talaga naman sinadya ko yun eh. Alam ko kasi yun ang sasabihin mo. Finally.
But Ateneo would love some field goals to come as well.
Foul number 12, Gian Mamuya.
Bad
Ateneo.
lead.
You know, Ton, Ateneo will have to watch it.
Mendoza.
They already have 4 team fouls with still 6 and 23 remaining here. That's Matt Nieto coming in for Jolo Mendoza. So another foul would mean they're already in penalty. It would send any ball pops to the free throw line.
Mina gets blocked by Matthew Nieto. 5 to shoot. Manalang fires for 3. And Big Mike Nieto with a power rebound.
First big block of Matt Nieto. Ang hirap sumapal ng ganito eh. Jump shooter. At the top of his jump, eto sa'yo.
Mike Nieto.
Solid yung mga block ni Matthew Nieto. He had a good block a while ago on a driving Santa Ana.
So a little of everything, ano? Ginagawa ng kubanan ng Ateneo dito.
So it's a two-point guard setup now with Ramos and Matthew Nieto on the floor. Here's Matthew, fakes the 3, decides to drive. An acrobatic fadeaway by Matthew Nieto.
3 straight points for Ateneo. And they get back the lead coming from the Nieto twins, Mike and Matthew.
Back with more action from Game 2 when we return. Two of the finest high school basketball players today, the Nieto twins, Mike and Matthew. You see the numbers.
Grabe mga numero. 16.4, 14.8. Pero yung rebounding talaga nitong si Mike Nieto. He stands 6'2". And he has almost 12 rebounds per ball game.
Mike, of course, is 2 minutes older than Matthew.
Jordan Santa Ana.
Jordan Santa Ana, meanwhile, knocking down a baseline jumper. He's got 4 points.
You know, that's a good timeout on the part of Coach Jeff Napa.
Ramos, high arcing
Bricks
jumper.
Ramos.
I've been looking for the points of Bricks Ramos. That's going to be the first 2 points for Bricks.
Manalang fakes the 3. Decides to retreat. Gives it back up to Santa Ana. Atienza inside to Baltazar, who lost the handle. Here comes Ateneo. Matthew Nieto spins, turns, fires, and connects.
Nieto.
Very powerful ang upper body talaga nito si Matt Nieto eh. No? So kapag tumalo na siya, meron pa siyang extra push on that shot. That gives Ateneo another 3-point lead. Ang ganda ng crossover.
Baltazar, baseline jumper.
It was all because of that nice crossover right there by Santa Ana. Classic, no? Yung makikita mo, yung even in a finals game like this, no, showcase nila yung what they can really do under pressure.
Matthew Nieto being hounded by Santa Ana. 5 to shoot. That's a foul. And the basket counts. They counted a basket, Coach Alan. Ito yung galaw kanina ni Atienza.
Oh, it was Atienza, not Santa Ana. Going back to that shot of Nieto, he heard the whistle. Lagi natin tinuturo, when you hear the whistle, walang mawawala. When you get squared up and take the shot, who knows, you might make it. Exactly what happened right there. And then the referee's counting.
Chance to build on this 3-point lead.
Well, he was not part of the scoring for Ateneo in the first half, but Matthew Nieto so far
12 points.
here in the second half.
7. He's got 7 already in the third. Atienza. Nowhere to go. Oh, a roadblock put up by Ferreras. And Ateneo fans want an unsportsmanlike foul.
His third.
Well, actually, it was all body. He knew that Matthew was going to his direction, so he just held on, no? Pero talagang hinintay niya, no, na tumama sa kanya. Well, I think it's a good, just an ordinary foul was called, Anton.
And they had to prevent the fast break because Ateneo is the #1 fast-breaking team in the league. Matt Nieto has really come alive here in the third. 8 of his 13 points have been tallied here. Even though it's a Tuesday, a school day, we have some Ateneo students here from the high school, of course, in their powder blue uniforms, cheering on their classmates and schoolmates. De Guzman. What a drive by Philip Manalang, and again, he will try to stop the bleeding from the free throw line.
Well, he has really been finding that open layup. Philip Manalang has been going to the line since the first quarter.
And now Mendoza returns for Ateneo.
Manalang.
Gets the lucky bounce. 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here in the third. 2 for 2 on that trip to the line for Manala. Four points separating the two teams. Matt Nieto throws it to nobody. Andrade picks it up. Mendoza with 9 to shoot. Mendoza with a crossover. Kicks it out. Mamuyak steps back for three. A wild shot. Matthew Nieto nearly picking up the offensive board. De Guzman to Calma, who's back on the floor. Dyke with a drive, and somehow Mark Dyke shoots it.
Mark Dyke.
But he's in pain right now. He's holding on to his right knee. He gets right back up. Mark Dyke, he's feeling something on his right knee.
Brian Andrade.
Here he is trying to back up Andrade. De Guzman for three. Rebound Mendoza. And that's a foul on Calma.
That's a good move on the part of Calma, making sure that there's no Ateneo fast break that time.
17, Alfredo Calma, penalty.
But they are in penalty. Talk about ADMU. This will need 2 free throws. And the timeout's going to be called here, Ton.
Stay tuned. Got more action from the arena after a few reminders. Let's take a look at this last sequence right here. This is where Mark Dyke fell down and held on to his right knee.
Well, you know, sometimes these kinds of moves are really scary because all the effort of jumping will have to come from one leg.
And he's on the floor right now. Nakarecover agad. Meanwhile, Mendoza missing the first free throw.
Also with 14 points and 9 rebounds in game number 1. He missed his first free throw. How many points now for Jolo? I think that's
He's
going
got
to be
13. Yep, you're right.
It's going to be 1 point down dito sa ating second half. Holding on to a 5-point lead at Ateneo.
Atienza spins. Atienza gets blocked by Mamuyak.
Shot clock 11 seconds.
That's a nice move, but a better defense on the part of GM Mamuyak.
9 on the shot clock of MU. Atienza. Manalang fakes. Manalang fires. Bitten. Rebound Mendoza. Mendoza in attack mode. Gives it up to Big Mike. Ramos will set things up.
2 minutes.
Baseline drive. Mamuyak hands in the air. It scores.
That's going to be very tough. Gian Mamuyak not just defending, but he's also scoring here in this game. Don't look now. It's a 7-point lead for Ateneo going to the final 1:45 of the third quarter.
Dyke recovers the loose ball. Does not see Ramos from behind. Ateneo, this is the second time in this game that they are up by 7. Re-establishing their biggest lead of the contest. Ramos with a speed advantage. Ramos drops it down low to Andrade. This is now the biggest lead of the game for the Blue Eaglets.
Well, you know, it was a very good read. Another steal right here.
Mamuyak! That's an unsportsmanlike foul.
Well, that was very dangerous on the part of Atienza to push off Gian Mamuyak on the run. First, this Dipsy-do to make it very tough over Baltasar. Then they sense a mismatch of speed. What a pass by Brix Ramos to a very wide open Andrada. And then the steal and the fast break and this push. Yes, good call by the refs. You don't really do that. Gian Mamuyak was already up in the air. Kitang-kita ni referee Ronnie Manghibin. 2 free throws for Gian Mamuyak. Splendid basketball. In game 1, he only had 5 points. Now how many points total?
He's got 6 after that technical free throw. He's got 1 more coming.
little of everything coming from the Blue Eaglets. Sean Ildefonso, Gian Mamuyak, Rick Ramos.
Justin Eustachio for Gian
They're not
Mamuyak.
being out-rebounded.
Dave Tomaso for Mike
But of course, we're only in the third quarter.
Eustachio returns for Ateneo. The pressure is now on the NU side. This is the biggest lead of the game for Ateneo. Mendoza with a jumper. Money.
What a great play. Great handoff, great defense.
And
Another
a
steal
steal
right here.
Biggest lead of the game for the Blue Eaglets.
What a great defensive performance here in the third quarter for the Blue Eaglets.
Mendoza staying aggressive, and he will head to the line for two.
What a great handoff. Nice looking jumper on the part of Jolo Mendoza. 13-point lead. All of a sudden, all the five guys of Coach Jeff Napa will have to come back. Amaso is out, De Guzman is out, Allen Mina. They just can't seem to bring that ball down.
2 free throws for Jolo Mendoza.
Stop my boy. Saan ba galing yun? Sa tatay ni Jolo? Can't stop my boy.
Warning on both number 7, Mike Nieto, and number 12, Vince Sakian for taunting.
It's the warning right there. As Mendoza knocks in the first free throw, he's got 16 points. Holds that follow through
El Rosales for
as he
Jolo
drains his 17th
Mendoza.
point of the game. Rosales now on the floor for Ateneo. Santa Ana. And Santa Ana will score
Jordan Santa Ana.
just 6 points in this contest for Jordan
Ultimate
Santa
16
Ana.
Ramos, his second.
It's a very basic move. Have to
Bonus
really take
free
it strong
throw
because
for
he has to go
Jordan
left, then spin to the right for a nice up and under. Ganda, no?
And Coach Joe Silva not holding back. Nieto twins back on the floor.
Because there's
Jolo
a-
Mendoza.
Opportunity for
Yes.
them to end this quarter with 2 or 3 points. 13-point lead. Santa Ana.
Misses, grabs his own miss. Baltazar
Justin
able to score off the
Baltazar.
glass.
4 straight points. 4-0 run.
Oh, that's a costly foul.
Naku,
Oh!
masakit yun. Masakit yun.
Coach Jeff Napa is livid on the
They have
sidelines.
to hold on to their emotions. Coach Jeff cannot do this.
This could be a crucial moment right here. And a costly one too for NU.
Number 4, Jordan Santa
He can't do
Ana,
this.
his fourth penalty. Technical foul for pointing an accusing finger on number 4, Jordan Santa Ana. Jordan Santa Ana, 5 fouls.
Now, a technical foul was called on Santa Ana, and it's because he pointed at the referee after this.
Well, first the foul. Definitely that was a foul.
Yes.
He should have moved back and waited for Mike Nieto. There was no space for Mike Nieto to even have dribbled. So tama yun. Tapos yung pinpointing to a referee, that is a technical foul. We're only in the third quarter. Remember, 5.2 remaining. This is just an 11-point lead.
That was 4 straight points for NU.
spirit of sportsmanship. Please don't throw anything into the basketball court. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
Now Ateneo with a chance to get those points back.
Well, good thing that Coach Jeff is now holding on to his emotion, seeing that it's just the third quarter and a lot of things can still happen. Philip Manalang doing a good job. He's not so happy. You thought it's over.
These are two technical free throws right now for Big Mike. He drains the first.
Point lead, 5.2 seconds remaining third quarter. This is the second one. Ball remains with Ateneo Blue Eaglets.
2 shots for Jolo Mendoza plus possession to the Blue Eaglets.
Dalawang free throw pa nga pala, no? Dalawang free throw dun sa foul, tapos ito yung technical foul. Tapos pagkatapos ito, babalik pa yung bola sa kanila. So it can be a 5-point swing depending on these free throws by Jolo. They're not taking so much advantage of this open opportunities, free throws. Jolo seeking the second one, 13-point lead, ball goes back to Ateneo. Kita mo yung bugtong hininga ni Coach Jeff, no? Okay, third quarter. Dehits pa tapos to.
Ateneo with a chance for another basket. Matthew Nieto puts it up! That would have been huge.
At the end of the third, it's 67 to 54.
Ateneo
for the
with a
Ateneo
sudden
Blue.
burst of offense, taking a 13-point lead behind the heroic moves of their lead point guard, Matthew Nieto. Mark Dyke, scary moment right here, but he was okay. He got back up. The energy guys joining the scoring party. Mambuya, Andrade also. Jolo Mendoza, a stellar performance for this junior. 18 points to lead the Blue Eaglets and everybody actually in this game scoring. It's a 13-point lead for the Blue Eaglets at the end of 3. The Ateneo Blue Eaglets coming alive late in the third quarter, scoring 27 points in that period all in all. National University, sayang ang pagkakataon, they scored 4 straight points. And then a technical foul called on Jordan Santa Ana, who pointed at one of our officials. And that led to 2 technical free throws made.
Balikan
by the Blue
natin, no?
Eaglets.
Balikan natin. Siyempre, ang technical foul dito is a personal foul.
Yes.
So, dalawang sunod. He already had 3 fouls. That foul, plus the technical. Ito, nagkakabanggaan na. Parehong medical team to.
Foul number 7, Mark Dyke.
Foul is on Dyke.
Sorry, Ton. No? The first 3.5 minutes of the third quarter, NU did not allow Ateneo to score. But after that, it was a 27-point output to end the third quarter.
Hindi na makakalaro dito sa fourth quarter si Jordan Santa Ana, the starting shooting guard for NU. Matthew Nieto to his twin brother Mike. Bounce pass inside. Now frustration starting to set in here on the NU Bullpup side. Mina got beat, had no choice but to foul his man.
Well, you know, they're just making sure that they're moving well without the ball, so somebody will be open. Talking about the offense of Ateneo Blue Eaglets. A lot of communications. Something that we didn't see in game number 1. Much, much better offensively and defensively.
Mendoza with a drive, too strong. Mendoza grabs his own miss, gets that ball back out to safety. Blue Eaglets taking as much time off of the clock as possible.
But then, of course, they can't play defensive basketball. This is just too much time remaining right here, Anton. They've got to be as aggressive as what they did to end the third quarter.
Matthew Nieto steps back. Big Mike from way out. Baltazar with the rebound. Here comes Manalang, scoops it up, and will head back to the free throw line for 2.
You know, this boy eats nails for breakfast, huh? He's been big, he's hit up and down the court. Pero masakit yan, ito, tulad nito. Just lagi siya tumatama yung aside.
Pangalawang beses na yan.
Ha? Tapos pagkatapos, hindi rumireact. No? He will just go to the line, take the free throw.
Tibay
Since
din.
in the first one, matibay.
Double digits na itong si Philip Manalang.
Ray Mendoza. Of course, the captain of that team together with Jeff Napa. From year 2000 to 2003. Now a professional. Nice to see you here, na? Kuya Ray, ang tawag nila dyan. Ray Mendoza.
11-point lead for Ateneo. Mendoza gets it out to Matt Nieto. Here's Big Mike, goes baseline. Mendoza shoots. Oh, nothing but net!
Those are just very, very tough shots being taken right here by Cholo Mendoza. He's got 20.
Clemente could not respond. He's been off today. Fadeaway hook by Baltazar, and Baltazar seems to be cramping up. Uh-oh.
This part of the action. This part of the action. Mendoza, balikan natin ang kanyang mga numero dito. 7 out of 14. He's got a total of 20 points to lead all scorers.
Baltazar is being checked on right now. His right calf muscle stiffening up. That's an offensive foul on Big Mike. Oh, hold on.
That's a moving screen call.
Cholo Mendoza. Excuse me.
You know, in that chance interview with team manager Marco Benitez, sabi niya talagang yung score daw ng ADMU ang gusto nilang tingnan dito. At ito nga, so far so good. 8 and 10 remaining. They've only allowed 56 points as to the 76 total in game number 1.
The highest they've allowed NU before game number 1 was 64 points in the first round. Manalang blocked. Matthew Nieto with another crucial block. And that's the advantage. Matthew Nieto, one of the taller point guards in the league, and an athletic one too. Hassan with an offensive rebound. Stretching to get that one.
And I think Philip Manalang is just so winded at this point in the game.
Mike Nieto lost the handle. Ball is loose. Mike Nieto had to throw it up. Ferreras with a drive. Ferreras, masyadong malakas. Manalang just throws it up. Ferreras with the offensive board, and he will head to the line for 2.
They're not giving up. Still 7 minutes, 6 and 59 to be exact. Hoson asking to be subbed. Mike Nieto, there's Gian Mamuyak,
There's a correction on that.
there's
last foul.
Andrade coming back into this ball game.
Nieto is third.
Do they still have enough gasoline? Talking about Ateneo.
These young high schoolers.
Ferreras, he had a great first half, 6 points. He has not scored from then on.
56 points from the starters of Ateneo, just 42 from the starters of NU. Bench scoring was the problem of Ateneo in the first half. They've improved that. 13 off the bench, 14 for NU.
Double A violation, National University Basketball.
Ferreras missing 2 free throws, but lane violation.
Entering too soon was Hassan. Sa kanya siguro, di ba mag-lane violation siya. Huwag lang siya makuhanan ng bola ulit dito si Mark Dyke.
Manala. Clemente has been very quiet in this game. That's a foul by Andrade.
That's going to be on the dribble. How many fouls now for Ateneo? They've got 4, 6:47 remaining. A lot of time.
They want to give it down low to Dyke. The double team comes. Ferreras bothered by Mamuyak. Mendoza feeling it. Clemente picks it up. That's a foul on Hassan.
That would mean 2 free throws. That's going to be the 5th foul for Ateneo.
Very early. 6:24 remaining here in the 4th. Ateneo already in penalty.
Parang wala pang 1 minuto mo po ito si Mike Nieto, no? Kailangan ibalik na. Sabi siguro ni Coach Joe Silva, mamaya ka na magpahinga. Pagdating mo sa bahay mo, lahat ng klaseng pahinga gawin mo. Pero ngayon, hindi. Maglaro ka.
Game 3 will take place on Friday.
Something that we have to check, Ton, ha? Free throws. Tingnan nga natin kung anong storya ng free throws dito. It's Coach Jeff Napa.
Clemente, ice cold today, 1 for 2. Remember, he had 17 in game 1, just 6 today. Full court pressure being applied by the Bullpups. Lead pass. Nieto will slow it down. Matthew. That's traveling on Mamuyak.
Alam mo, sinasabi ni Mike Nieto, kailangan bilisan nila ng konti. Nababagalan na siya. Yun ang sinasabi natin, yung offensive aggressiveness ng Ateneo, yun ang nawawala dito actually. That's really a great call. Traveling. Pero hinahanap natin, free throws, 16 out of 25 for National University, 11 out of 17 for Ateneo. Better percentage, but you can see the aggressiveness of NU. But they have not really bounced on that advantage. Just like what you said, when you talk about perimeter shooting, NU is not really the best team here in season 77.
Ateneo has really forced NU to take those long jumpers. Mina taking one on that latest offensive possession, missing. Ferreras will come out, Baltazar will check in, and Ildefonso now starting to cramp up.
Almost a backing violation. Good thing Mamuyak was able to plant his 2 feet before he received the ball. Now again, back to the final 7 seconds.
Big Mike fires for 3. Clemente with a board. Baltazar clearly lost the handle. And Clemente, his first field goal since the first quarter, coach.
Surely but surely, National University trying to go back, trying to come back into this ball game. It's actually a defensive effort. Parang bumagal talaga yung laro ng Ateneo, eh, no? And
Big Mike trying to surprise the NU defense. He had to shoot with 3 on the shot clock. Mark Dyke nearly throwing it away was Manalang. Clemente to Manalang. Manalang wants a screen, decides to fire. That's
that
huge!
is going to be big! Did he call that shot?
No,
He just has to take it.
I don't think so. But he'll take it though. He'll take the 3 points.
All of a sudden, momentum shift right here. What a big shot. Philip Manalang. This is just the energizer for National University.
Pure guts with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Timeout, Ateneo. Well, we talked about Mark Dyke's monster performance in game number 1, 20 points and 17 rebounds. Today, Mark Dyke, a more difficult afternoon, just 12 points and 11 rebounds. Crucial possession here coming off a timeout for the Blue Eaglets. Mendoza kicks it out. Mamuyak for 3. That's
Gonna
big!
be big. That's gonna be big. Gian Mamuyak now with 10 points, but more importantly, icing some pressure coming from that Ateneo.
Wow! What a response!
We've got a ball game. We've got a ball game, Don.
It's a shootout here in the 4th. Mendoza has been the best gunslinger today. Mendoza this time decides to lay it up. It's too strong.
Well, he had to change his shot. Baltazar was there to change it. It's going to be another open shot. This guy is deadly.
Mina misfiring though. Matthew Nieto with a fearless move. And he will head to the line for 2.
Well, he wanted to get that foul. He knew he was going to get it. He's going to the free throw line.
This was a
big
gutsy shot.
Right. Pero ang ganda ng sagutan, ano? Coming from the same play, penetrate, and a kick out.
Mina, if he shot that second 3-pointer, that would have been big for the Bullpups. But it did not fall, and it led to Matthew Nieto.
With this young gentleman, I'm just so amazed, no? How they're doing it at such a young age. Grabe yung pressure-pack basketball na nilalaro nila.
15 points now for the point guard.
He only had 5 points to end the second quarter. He's got a total of 16.
9-point lead for the Blue Eaglets, approaching the final 3 minutes of this game. Cross-court pass. Clemente using the Dyke screen. Clemente floats it up and in.
Meron pa. Meron pang natitira para sa kupunan ni Coach Jeff Napa. Another big offensive thrust.
10 points now for Clemente. Mendoza drives baseline, kicks it out. Matthew Nieto for 3. Rebound, Baltazar. Here comes Manala. Manala flips it up and in.
Where does he get his energy? Philip Manalang.
16 points for him.
And a 2-possession ball game. Not giving up. National University, they were down by 13 points at the start of the 4th quarter.
Mendoza. It rattled out. That was halfway down. Manala, Clemente for three. Too strong.
And actually, that's the same shot that was made by Allen Mina just a while ago. No need to foul. Both teams are in penalty.
Big Mike gets it down low. The MVP goes baseline. He is blocked by Dyke. The referees say there was contact down low. Mike Nieto will head to the line for two.
But this is just big free throws. First, this penetration to make it a 2-point lead. And this very tough sidestep over Mike Nieto at that. I have mentioned his name all throughout this ball game. Philip Manalang. That's
Mike
still a
Nieto.
two-possession ball game, Don.
Yep. 15 points for Big Mike.
Big second free throw. It's not the MVP for nothing.
That's 52 points combined from the Nieto twins and Mendoza. Let's listen in to this Jeff Napa huddle.
Justin, Dyke, set screen, ha? Clear? Oh, Bing, Philip, Bing, Carl. Clear? Laro tayo, ha? Philip, go! Sprint! Clear? Pagkuha! Set screen, Justin! Either side, so the long side. Kung sino yung ginamit, siya yung roll, siya yung papap out. Clear? Laro tayo. Pag si Justin to, hand off. Pero Philip, kung gusto mo na. Tanggap na si Dyke, Justin, Dyke. Okay? Dyke, Justin. Out. And down screen, labas.
Crucial possession right here for National University. So Jeff Napa drawing up the play.
Well, you know, Tom, we can't really figure out what kind of play they're going to be looking for here in this final possessions. But one thing's for sure, they don't need a three-point shot. They might need a quick two or take it strong, go to the line. Remember, Ateneo is also in penalty situation.
Here's Manala. De Guzman. Clemente. Back to Manalang. A near steal. Manalang shoots from the top of the key. Could not get the bounce. Battle for the loose ball. Traveling on Hoson.
Well, you know, just like what I said, NU does not need a three-point shot. And still not giving up is NU. A minute and 16 remaining. That's a crucial possession. Swerte nila, nakakuha pa nila yung play ulit, ano? Three-possession ball game, still plenty of time remaining. They can go for a high percentage shot.
This is a full shot clock for NU. Clemente from the corner. Halfway down, it does not fall. The ball is loose. Manalang, short stab. Baltazar with a dip in.
Ateneo is looking for a foul. No foul was called. A lot of let goes. Is this a timeout? No, it's not going to be a timeout. It's an Ateneo inbound from that steal. Clemente with a putback. Or was it Baltazar?
It was Baltazar and he was smiling while he tipped that ball in.
All is not yet loose for NU. They can still come up with a win, but it all depends on the composure of Ateneo.
Full court man-to-man being applied by the Bullpups. Mamuyak. Oh, Manalang taps the ball. Mamuyak gives it to Big Mike. great presence of mind by Mabuyak to find the open Mike Nieto.
Almost, huh?
Yeah, that was so close to being a turnover.
Do they know how much time is left in their shot clock?
Mabuyak's got to fire. Time expires. And Matt Nieto telling Mabuyak he had to shoot it.
National University Bulldogs.
37.2 remaining. NU calls for time. Well, it looks like there are several options right there. The first one would be a quick drive by Philip Manala. And then there's another play that Coach Jeff Napa was mentioning, an isolation for Dyke. And if he has the opportunity for a pull-up, he's trusting Mark Dyke to take the shot.
Well, you know, it's very clear. He pointed out that Ateneo is in penalty situation. They're looking for a high percentage shot. Lucas defending.
Mabuyak taps the ball. Manalang has to drive now. Manalang spins. Manalang flips it up. It's too strong. Clemente misses. Manalang decided late to give it out to Dyke. De Guzman for three. Clemente puts it in. Hassan is on the ground. What a sequence. So many things happening at the same time. Hassan holding on to his face. This was that flip shot off of a broken play. He tweaked his left ankle.
Well, the sad part there is he stepped on his teammate. And that was Matthew Nieto.
Look at this sequence. Manalang deciding late to pass it to
Well,
Dyke.
he was covering his face. I thought he was hit on the face.
That's what it looked like. And then Dyke saves the ball. De Guzman shoots. Who was there? Clemente for the putback.
Mike, cheer. Jolo. Okay, Jolo go. Jolo go. Back. Matt, kuha. Or dito palabas. Kuha. Ang switcher, hawak.
Pag wala si Mike,
Pag wala. Back out. Mike, cheers. Kaya naman si Mike. Mike, pop out, ha. Okay, pare. All we need to get is get the ball. Okay? Ingat tayo sa sunod.
That's right. All they need to do right here is inbound that leather.
Coach Joe Silva looking for his first win in the finals.
Pag nakakita ko ng ganito, ayoko nang tingnan. Nararamdaman ko yung sakit.
Sprained left ankle. This is Coach Joe Silva's fourth game as the head coach of the Blue Eaglets in the finals. He has lost his first three. He is on the verge of notching his first win.
It's going to be Enzo Hosson playing here in the final, 15.2 seconds. He replaces Hassan. Tama sinabi ni Coach Joe Silva. All they need to do is inbound that ball and take care of that ball.
Hosson gives it up to Matthew Nieto. Now they're saying foul. Talking about the NU coaching staff.
All big free throws. Still a one-possession ball game, but only one made shot coming from a member of the season 77 mythical team. Will make it a two-possession ball game. Big free throws.
17 points for Matthew Nieto. Coach Jeff Napa has no more timeouts. And you will have to run it up the floor right away. Second free throw. Substitution here. Andrade will come in for Mendoza. Here's Manala. Clemente. And you not shooting right away. Finally, Manalang takes a shot and he drains it. And Mabuyak will just dribble it out.
That's just composure on the part of Mike Nieto. He knew he could have inbounded so fast, and that was what he did.
The 76 will win for the
The
Ateneo
first
University.
victory, yeah.
That's right. He ensured that they'll be able to inbound that leather.
And they did it right away. They inbounded the ball right away. And Mamuyak just dribbled it out to secure the win.
What a ball game. Nakabalik pa no?
Nakabalik pa, humabol pa yung NU Bullpups, showing us their resiliency. But the Ateneo Blue Eaglets wanting to bring back the title, taking game number 2, 78-76, and that means they are one win away from notching their 18th juniors basketball crown overall. What a game by this young man right here. Jolo Mendoza, 20 big points. No cold start for him. He had a great pep talk from the phenom Kiefer Avena at halftime.
We caught that, huh? We caught that.
Yep. He's our player of the game.
Well, you know, special mention to the Nieto brothers.
Yes.
But look at this numbers, 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, Matthew actually took charge
Yes.
in the fourth quarter.
And then
actually,
the
the
third.
second half.
Nung lumamang ng 13
That's
ang
right,
Ateneo.
that's right.
That was
Oo.
fueled by Matt Nieto.
But all game brilliance coming from this young man, Jolo Mendoza.
Imagine 54 points from the Nieto twins and Jolo Mendoza. Mendoza with 20, Matt with 18, and Big Mike, the MVP, with 16. What a game.
So we'll just have to wait for Friday. Is Ateneo gonna wrap it up? That's gonna be the big question. You've got games tomorrow, Ton.
Yep, in women's volleyball, not 1, not 2, but 3 matches at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City at 12 p.m. NU taking on Adamson. In the first match, 2 p.m. UP versus FEU, and the second round meeting between LaSalle and Ateneo. And by the way, we'd like to remind everybody, all the fans, separate tickets. Yung unang dalawang laban sa women's volleyball. And solo yung ticket ng Ateneo at LaSalle. And as you mentioned, Coach Alan, Game 3 this Friday, 2 p.m.
Yeah, that's gonna be here. San Juan Arena, Ateneo Blue Eaglets versus NU. Again, that's gonna be at 2 p.m. Congratulations, Blue Eaglets, ha? Talaga namang pinaghirapan.
Yes,
pero
hard-earned
ang
win.
NU talaga hindi bumitaw dito, Anton.
I can't wait for what will happen in game number 3. Up next, we have LaSalle versus UST in the men's volleyball tournament. So stay tuned for that. For our director, Abed Ramos, my partner, Coach Alan Gregorio, and everybody from ABS-CBN Sports, I'm Anton Ross saying thank you for watching our coverage of the finals in a juniors basketball tournament of UAAP Season 77. Ateneo takes it over NU 78-76.